Yo, this cheesesteak loaded potato bowl was hands down one of my favorite things I've ever made. It's easy, simple, delicious, packed with protein, perfect for a post-workout meal, lunch, or dinner. Highly recommend giving this one a try. First things first, we're gonna dice up our potatoes and get those in a large bowl. Hit them with olive oil and the seasonings. The full details are in the caption. Give them a good toss onto a baking sheet. Into the oven at 425 for about 30 to 35 minutes. While those are cooking, we're going to get started with our peppers and onions. We're going to dice everything up and get those going in a large skillet over medium heat and a little bit of olive oil. We're going to season with salt, pepper, and garlic powder. Make sure you give those a good toss. Next, we're going to take our steak and slice it up nice and thin. Once the peppers and onions are about done, remove them from the pan, crank up the heat, add in a little bit more oil, and add in the steak. We're going to season it and let it cook for 4 to 5 minutes and add in some minced garlic, Worcestershire sauce, and those peppers and onions. We're going to let it cook for another 3 to 4 minutes together, and boom, all that's left to do is take your potatoes out of the oven, assemble your bowls, and enjoy.
Let's make this creamy and cheesy malai tawa boti that melts in mouth with every bite. For the marinade, place the boneless chicken pieces and season with salt, cumin and coriander powder, white pepper, freshly grated ginger, garlic, and green chilies. Add the Greek yogurt, double cream, and lemon juice to the marination. Mix everything well together and leave the chicken to marinate overnight. Heat up the skillet and add cooking oil. Then add the marinated chicken. Cook the chicken on a low heat initially to prevent sticking to the bottom. Once the chicken starts bubbling, increase the heat to the high and cook until all the moisture evaporates and the chicken becomes tender. Add mozzarella cheese, cover and allow the cheese to melt. Optional, broil for 5 minutes at 190 Celsius to get the golden crust on top. In the last, give smoke from live charcoal for 5 to 6 minutes. And that's it. Garnish the malai tava boti with fresh coriander and serve hot with lemon wedges and onion rings. And enjoy.
Back on your sofa, of course I still care. Love's never wasted when
Whenever I need a dinner that's seasoned to perfection but doesn't require my entire spice cabinet, I make this air fryer paprika chicken. Season some chicken thighs with lemon juice, smoked paprika, a couple other spices, minced garlic, and olive oil. Massage it all in and let this marinate for as long as you like. To make it a full meal, I like to peel and cut up some yellow potatoes and then add that to the base of an air fryer basket with a little bit of oil, garlic salt, and fresh thyme. Lay the marinated chicken on top of the potatoes with the skin side facing down, air fry for 20 minutes, then flip and air fry for 10 more minutes to get that skin crispy. Serve this with some steamed broccoli on the side and it's ready to enjoy.
Let's make cheesy birria arrayes. Amazing is an understatement. To start, we're gonna grab our birria chilies, rip off the stem, and just take out all those beautiful seeds. Toss your peppers into a bowl and submerge them in some hot water. And we just wanna let them wake up for about 10 minutes. Now in the meantime, oil up a hot pan, and then we're just gonna toast down some onion and heartburn. Just quickly throw them into a blender cup, then just throw in all those hydrated chilies. Now to season, we need oregano, paprika, and cumin. Then we're just gonna blitz this up until a nice paste. Now, in this bowl, I have 85 15-ground beef, and you already know my rules. Always salt the meat directly so you get the perfect amount. Then I'm gonna throw in the beautiful birria marinade, and then we just want to get in there and massage it all in. Now, we're gonna grab our beautiful pita. You're gonna cut it in half the short way. Then we open it up to make a pocket. Grab the meat, shove it into the pocket. You're gonna flatten it out to make a decently thin layer. And then optionally, you're gonna stuff each one with some Chihuahua cheese. Not too thick, not too thin, because you don't want the meat to be raw in the middle. Now, lucky for me, I have this birria spice rub. I just want to mix that in with a little bit of oil. I'm just gonna brush it onto my arrayes and toast. And never forget the other side gets some love too. And as always, now bismillah. Yo, I don't even know what to say. Dude, this is insane. Oh my god.
Today, I'll be creating one of the most beloved dishes in South Asian restaurants, chicken tikka masala paired with buttery naan. Trust me, nothing beats this combination. Let's start by marinating the chicken. Combine chicken pieces with salt, coriander, cumin, garam masala, Kashmiri chili, turmeric, fenugreek leaves, minced ginger, garlic, green chilies, fresh lemon juice, some mustard oil, and creamy yogurt. Mix everything thoroughly, cover it, and let it marinate. Let's move on to cooking the chicken tikka. Thread the chicken pieces onto the skewers, place them on a baking sheet, and bake. Now for the delicious part, preparing the masala. Heat up ghee, add the diced onions, and saute until they become translucent. Then stir in some ginger garlic paste, cooking until it's aromatic. Add spices, salt, chili, cumin, coriander, garam masala, and turmeric. Mixing well. Allow this mixture to cook for just a few seconds. Now incorporate tomato paste, then pour in tomato puree, cover the pan and let it simmer until much of the water evaporates and the oil separates. Blend gravy until it's perfectly smooth. Let's combine chicken and masala. Stir in double cream and gently add the cooked chicken tikka into the masala. Mix everything thoroughly and let it simmer for a few minutes. Finally, it's time to garnish and serve. Plate your chicken tikka masala and sprinkle with chopped coriander and drizzle of double cream on top to add a stunning touch. Serve it hot alongside with fluffy plain boiled rice and then naan for a complete meal. Enjoy!
I'm still blown away by the fact that this whole meal was cooked in one pressure cooker. The flavor was unmatched. And the meat, well, you can see, so tender. Drop those ribs in a pressure cooker. I used about 1.5 kilos. I had no idea where I was going with this, but I added lots of garlic, some whole cumin, a little coriander powder, some cinnamon powder, whole cardamom, a little chili flakes, whole black pepper, and some salt. Alwali, of course. I really love their Himalayan salt. I also added a few whole cloves, and don't skip this. Olive oil went in as well. Pressure cooker has a saute feature, so I used that and added some sliced onions and coriander. Oh, and some tomato paste. Top it off with water and add some vinegar. I cooked the meat for about 45 minutes. And when that was done, I added some washed and soaked rice. Make sure you give it a good mix. And then you need to cook it again, this time only for about 9 minutes. Listen, there's no time for excuses. This is totally something you can do. And people who come over are going to be like, what? You made that? To which you'll respond, yep, I did that. The weekend is here. I have faith in you. Go out and cook. Bye.
Welcome to 30-minute meal and we are making beef and broccoli fried rice. First, marinate the steak with soy sauce, sesame oil, Chinese cooking wine, baking soda, salt, pepper, cornstarch and oil. Next, saute the beef for 2 minutes until golden brown and set aside. In a wok, saute the garlic and shallot for 1 minute. Add in the broccoli and saute for another 1 minute. Add in the oat rice from Ming Dynasty and season with soy sauce, oyster sauce, dark soy sauce, sesame oil, sugar, white pepper and chili oil. Stir fry the fried rice on high heat for 2 minutes. Add the cooked beef and give it a final mix. Once it is done, garnish with sesame seeds, chili powder and garlic flakes. Enjoy!